Hello from the UK, my name's Andrew Trigg and I'm an aspiring full-stack developer. Today I'm going to show you how to curve text using only CSS and vanilla JavaScript. Before I do, can I just make a slight digression? I've just come back from the Coding House, which is a coding bootcamp located in San Francisco. It was an awesome experience, although, as with any course that deserves to call itself a bootcamp, it was certainly not for the faint-hearted. I've never learned so much in such a short space of time, and I'd like to give a special shout out to Cade Nichols to thank him for his instruction and patience. Okay, that out of the way. Here's a game of blackjack I made recently, again all vanilla JavaScript. The problem I had was when I wanted to make this text look nice and curved, as you see here, I realised there wasn't really a simple way to do it with CSS. It involved using transform, and you had to transform each letter. And what I'm going to do is show you how you achieve that, and then I'll move on to show you a little Bower package that I've made that will make it a lot easier for anyone else to do. So here you can see I've set up an index HTML file, very, very basic. We've also got a style CSS, which we'll come to in a minute. Inside the index HTML, I've just got a container with the word hello spelt out, and each individual letter has its own span element. This will become apparent in a moment. So at the minute, this is the output. If we wanted to rotate this text, you would think it would be an easy command, but unfortunately there is not. If we just do a transform, it will, of course, actually doesn't do anything until you make it display inline block. And you can see that each character is just rotated. This isn't the effect we're looking for. What we need to do is, if I'll show you the borders of each character, you can see how they're positioned there. What we need to do is first of all have each of the characters appear in the same spot. Bear with me. So we've got all the characters on top of each other, and we're going to fan them out. Now if we try and fan them out, we need each character to rotate slightly more than the one before, correct? So to do that, so now you can see we've got a nice fan effect, but unfortunately all of the letters are appearing on top of each other. This is because they're rotating around their centers. What we need them to do is rotate from the bottom. So we can do that by putting the transform origin at the bottom, which fans it out a little bit more. But to get the real effect we also need to increase the padding. So the transform origin will then be appearing further away from the character. We can do this like so. So there you go. If we get rid of the border, you can see the effect we're going for. There are more things you can do then. If you wanted to center this, it involves some calculation. You'd have to start in the minus degrees, gradually build in with 0 being the center letter. So this is a bit of a headache, but I've created a little Bower package, and there's a page on my website which will help you do this very easily. So if we open the terminal window, first thing I'm going to do is make a new project folder. And if we just create an index HTML and a main.js, open that up with our... Okay, so we're just going to set up a very basic HTML file. All we're going to use is maybe a container ID, because we're going to use this to append our final work into. We need to set up the link to our main.js. And prior to that, we're going to set up a link to our Bower package, which we haven't got yet. Let me just show you. That'll be Bower install, and it's called curve text. Once that's installed, you can see the Bower components have appeared up here. We're going to do a link to that, to the relevant file, which is in Bower. Components. Is it? Yeah, curve text. Curve text. List. Okay, so that should be ready to work now. If we go to the web page that I made, so we put our text up here, so we can say the cat sat on the match. You can see it's all reactive immediately. I can change the color. Just type that. As soon as that box loses focus, it will change. We can change the font size. We can change the size of the circle. We can change the curvature. So we can have one will be a full circle. Get back down, you can see. We can put lines on the bottom, lines on top. We can try and join them up, try and make them look as smooth as possible. Doesn't always work if the curvature is too steep. We can put lines on the sides. We can even have it, so if the curvature is, say, here, let's get rid of the lines a second. Make the font size a bit smaller. We can even have it going the other way. Now see, this text is generating here. This can be just copied and put straight into your application. So if I go into the main.js, first of all we need to grab the container element that we made on the HTML. So we'll just quickly grab that, which was called container. Now if we post the text that we just generated into there, and all we need to do then is container dot append child the element, and this, if we open this, it's done nothing. Curve text is not. Okay. Made a mistake somewhere. So the index HTML. That, because we didn't pull the curve text in before we pulled our main.js in. Okay, so that should be working now. And there we have it, the text that we just generated in our project. I hope you find this useful. Links to some of the websites you'll find below. And have fun.